And it is coming up appropriately in historically rich Boston because this has never happened before in the MMA world. A reigning heavyweight champion boxer is getting ready to take on one of the legends in the sport of MMA. Before anybody writes in, it's never happened at this level. At the very top, the UFC is putting on James Toney against Randy Couture. Toney is a complex, complicated, and very successful boxer. He has held 6 different titles in 4 weight classes. He is currently, right now, the IBA boxing champ, and he plans on defending that title about a couple of months after he fights Couture. I sat down with him recently for this exclusive 2-part interview at his training camp, M1 Global in Chatsworth, California. As far as this fight then, you have a multiple contract deal with the UFC right now, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of the outcome.
I'm still the IBA heavyweight boxing champion.
I know that.
I will be fighting October in defense.
Back to the UFC just for a moment.
Yes, sir.
If you do not have the outcome that you want,
I will have the outcome.
I know you were going to say that, but if it turns out not, will you fight again in MMA? Because there's a bunch of people watching that are saying this is a one-shot deal for Toney. If he doesn't beat Couture, we'll never see him again in MMA.
I don't quit. I don't quit nothing. I don't quit. Like I said, I'm not looking past no loss. I'm the best, and I'm not beating. So I'm not even thinking about losses. Why should I think about losing? Or what if something happens? He's not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that.
Would you say, though, would you give Couture some credit?
I mean,
only in this regard. He is a legend in his world of MMA, but he did say he would fight you. I don't think everybody would fight you.
A legend. How can you describe a legend when you got, what, 28 wins? How many losses?
I'm just saying to you.
I understand that, but listen.
I'm not taking a stance here either way.
I know that, but I want to know what the hell. That's how bad MMA is. They don't understand what the hell legend is and all that. And Hall of Fame is.
You have more knockouts than he has combined wins and losses.
In every sport, like boxing, baseball, basketball, hockey, you have to be retired 5 years to get to the Hall of Fame. UFC, all you gotta do is knock out a couple bums, also you're a Hall of Famer. 72 wins. Talking right in the Randy Couture, a Hall of Famer, a legend. In boxing world, he'd be a bum.
But again, though, would you say that there's not a lot of guys in the MMA world that would have the stones to fight a heavyweight champ, and at least this guy is stepping in with it?
Well, I'll give him credit for that. Like I said, I thank him. I thank him for giving me the opportunity. I think if we get an opportunity.
I didn't say you had to become his friend, but I'm just saying.
I'm not nobody's friend in MMA. If they like me, if they like me, it's fine. If they don't like me, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to knock people's head off their shoulders. That's all I'm trying to do.
Let's get back one more time to MMA, though, because obviously you must have some respect for it, else you wouldn't even take this fight. In other words, if there's a sport out there that you couldn't care less about, why would you even acknowledge it? And you have given recognition to MMA by saying boxing is better, and I'm willing to fight the MMA guy to prove it. So, you know, that's better than a lot of guys that will badmouth it and won't even try it.
And run from it. See, like I said, I ain't never run from nothing. I don't run from nothing.
But I mean, you kind of brought this up with Dana White, didn't you? I mean, they didn't recruit you.
That's because Dana White was running his mouth saying MMA fighters are better than boxers. So, you know, I'm like, come on, let me fight your best.
Your friends in boxing, those that have followed, I asked Randy the same question. It seems like the weight of the MMA world is on his shoulders. Because I think everybody is clearly distinguished. It's a UFC fight, but it is MMA versus boxing.
Right.
No matter how good your ground game's going right now, or what you've done with it, you're still probably, if you win it, you got to knock him out.
I'm going to knock him out, period. Flat out.
Right.
I don't care if I'm on my back, I'm on the floor, I'm knocking him out. I'm knocking Randy Couture out.
From all this talk, though, now, in some ways, with more than 80 fights, with more knockouts than, you know, most of the MMA champs combined have victories, is this one of your biggest fights from the sense of pride and everything else?
Oh, yes, exactly. It's 100% because, you know, like I said, I'm putting the city of Detroit on my back. The fighting world on my back, the real boxers, the real old school fighters. You know, the Ray Robinsons, the Ray, Illa Charles, Jersey Joe Walker, Archie Moore. I'm putting their legacy in my back, you know what I'm saying? I represent them. I enjoy everything I do, and I feel that I'm the best fighter to come out in the last 25 years.
Next week, we will talk more about the style and the fight, and it's going to be basically, as Tony says, boxing versus MMA. At least no pretense there that he's become very good with the ground game. And you got to admit, this is intriguing. I give credit to both guys. Randy certainly has nothing to gain by taking this fight. Tony has a lot to lose if he loses this fight.
Yeah, but if he wins it...
If he wins it, he can pound his chest more with those 44 knockouts he's had in his career and wins over the likes of Iran Barkley, Michael Nunn, and Evander Holyfield.
Don't miss Inside MMA and HDNet Fights every Friday night, only on HDNet. Call your cable or satellite provider today and demand HDNet. For more info, go to hdnetfights.com.